how do you want us to see you?
Well, I think at my core, I want people to see me as a person who believes in the goodness of humanity and a person who fights for justice and equity in the world. I want people to see me as a person who contributed to society in a positive way in the time that I have here on this earth. And the work that I've done and I put out there in the world, hope people see it as a building block in the journey of knowledge.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Crush Thursdays, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men, because frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I'm super excited about this brother. He does a lot. So let me see if I can encapsulate it. He is a college professor and an associate dean. He is a leader in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and he is a sought-after speaker and organizational coach. His name is Oscar Holmes IV. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you, Val?
I'm fine. Thank you. It's great to see you, Oscar. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you are here because your presence is helping us to bust open some very narrowly defined narratives around Black manhood, Black men in our community, in our society. And as we know, Black men are myriad, right? But it seems that the depictions of them, of you, are very myopic and very skewed, and one could say very negative for the most part. And so our goal is to change this narrative, and perhaps one day for a young king who may or may not have positive Black male role models to look at this repository, see the same 6 questions answered by so many different men, well over 100 men now, and perhaps find guidance there. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, that we can actually also look at this repository, see these answers, hear these brothers, and hopefully have our minds expanded and our ideas expanded. And so I'm so glad that you are here. And I want to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
Oh, that's a great question. And first, before I even answer that, I want to say I am so excited that you're doing this. This is really important work. And when I heard about it, I was just blown away that you saw not robbery to invest your time in such an important project as this. So thank you, Val, for all the important work that you're doing. And I know that this series is touching a lot of people out there, and they're getting a lot from it. What is manhood? So for me, manhood in its essence encompasses simply personhood, right? It's a side of our humanity in general. And I think that's complementary in terms of personhood. So if there's manhood, I think there's womanhood. I think there's, non-binary hood. I think, there's masculinity, there's femininity in it. It's an essence of a being. And typically we think about manhood in reference to the male sex, right? And I think that all of us, again, when we think about traits, encompasses both those masculinities and femininities, right, in those characteristics. And so manhood is just an essence of personhood, one experience of personhood.
Awesome. Got it. Thank you so much. So, Oscar, who and or what is important to you?
So, yeah, my family first and foremost. I have a wonderful husband. I have a wonderful son. They are the center of my life, and obviously, extended family, mom, brother, sister, cousins, aunts, auntie, uncles, all of those people. I'm a big family person and a big friend person, and so I don't have many friends, but the ones I do have, they know how important they are to me, because I'm a loyal person as well, and so my family and friends, they are important. I'm also a spiritual person, right? I'm a person of faith. And so, I am a Christian. So I worship God, and Jesus, although, I definitely make room for other faith traditions as well. But spirituality is important to me. And I specifically say spirituality, as opposed to, religiosity, because I don't think you have to necessarily be a part of an organized religion. And certainly, there are many people who I think follow values and practices of some of the more notable religions, but don't necessarily find themselves in a church, mosque, synagogue, or whatever every week, right? And so I think I connect a lot more with just spirituality in general.
Got it. Got it. So, Oscar, how do you want us to see you?
Well, I think at my core, I want people to see me as a person who believes in the goodness of humanity and a person who fights for justice and equity in the world. I want people to see me as a person who contributed to society in a positive way in the time that I have here on this earth, and the work that I've done and I put out there in the world, hope people see it as a building block in the journey of knowledge. As a professor, as a scholar, our main job is to contribute to the knowledge in this world. And so the exciting part about doing that for me is when I am long gone, my work will still be here so that people can read it, cite it, whatever, build off it. And so I think for me, I want my life to be a testament to just the good work that I've done. And people see me as a person who has contributed positively to this world and who's left a legacy that other people can relate to, that inspire other people, as well as motivate other people to be the best versions of themselves that they can be.
Well, thank you so much. So, Oscar, what is your epic dream?
What is my epic dream? Well, there's so much negativity that's going on in the world right now. My epic dream would be for us to find the methods, wherewithal, strategies, policies, practices, all of that to live together. We don't need to be kumbaya, right? But I do want us, and it's my dream for us to live together on this planet without war, right? Without constant tragedies that are man-made tragedies, right? That's stem from conflict, whether that's religious conflict, border conflict, nationalism, or any other ethnocentrism that people may have inside of them. That's a dream for me, and I think we have the capability to do that. it just requires a lot of collaboration on everyone's part. That would be a dream for me if we could get to that place.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So here we are at question 5, which is Oscar Holmes IV. Who are you?
Oh, so I feel like I am a person who, as I mentioned earlier, who's a person who's loyal to family and friends. Again, the father, the husband. I am a spiritual person. I'm a person who loves people, who loves culture, who loves to dance, who loves to sing, although I can't sing well. That is a gift that I wish I had. I always joke that if I could negotiate with God, I would give up a few gifts I have in order to be able to sing. But I'm a person who constantly strives to do better and to be better. I'm a hard worker. I'm a person who is generally optimistic, but also I'm a realist, and I'm a person who have been through a lot, even in my short 42 years on this earth. But I'm a person who's resilient and who has a grit about myself that allows me to be able to reflect on that journey and be able to take the lessons that I've learned from that experience, and hopefully not make some mistakes, but also pass on some of those joys to other people.
That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So here we are already at question 6, which is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
What did you miss? I don't think you missed anything at all. I think I want to ask you a question. So, well, let me reflect on something. So, as a person who has a podcast myself, I always feel like I'd rather be the interviewer than the interviewee. And so I'm wondering, do you feel that way as well?
Absolutely. I feel that way. I am so curious about other people, and I am interested in people's stories. And whenever someone asks me a question, I'm like, right. So, yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only person, because I did a podcast recently, and I listened back to it, the recording for, it went live, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, I really appreciate how difficult it is being an interviewee, and I'd rather be on the other side. I'm glad other people feel that way.
Yes. Yeah. But it's something really special. I've learned so much in these conversations, so much that I can just get in just regular chit chat life,
Right.
And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for this platform to be able to have these conversations, and then for people to be like yourself, to be vulnerable enough to share what you're thinking, especially at a time where we seem to be inundated with media, but not a lot of people are listening,
Right.
in time. And I do think people are listening. And to your point about your dream, that, our goal is for this is not a temporary thing. Hopefully this becomes a part of somebody's canon in some way. There's at a point in time in life, there are a group of Black men who fit into a particular mold only because they have been painted into a box.
Right.
And within that box, there are all these different myriad of experiences and thoughts and ideas and, musings. And it's really exciting, and and guidance. I learned something every single time I learned something. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you participated in this, especially being a podcaster, because I forgot to say that in my intro. He's also a podcaster. But check out his bio below. You'll see all the things that he's doing. But yeah, this is so great. And I just honor you, my king. I do pray that your epic dream does indeed come true, because we need to be in a world that I believe everyone just deserves to be who God needs them to be, because in the reality is we need everybody.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And just that safety, that level of safety, and not always having to look over your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard someone say, just recently, a brother say, we used to call it PTSD, that what our folks are going through, but there's no P about it. There's no post about it. It's just traumatic,
Right.
And so being able to move to a world where we don't have to experience trauma on a daily basis, on a minute by minute basis, could be, nirvana in many respects.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So grateful. So thank you so much for being here, and stay right there, because I want to thank the audience for joining us. I really hope that you enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. And if there's a positive and successful Black man in your life who you want to see highlighted in this forum, please click the link below or in my bio, fill out the nomination form, and we'll take it from there. We are over 100 brothers. It's, we're pushing 100 and some change. It's just so great. And the reality is they don't have to be a sought after organizational coach and speaker and professor and administrator and podcaster and we want those brothers like Brother Oscar here. And we want other brothers. We want all the brothers who are holding down their communities, who are making a positive impact on the world around them, starting with the nuclear family and spreading out to the community around them and everyone in between. We want all those brothers to contribute to this repository. And so in the meantime, please stay tuned next week for yet another amazing king. And please remember to spread love and have a great day. Thank you so much. And Oscar, thank you. Thank you. Really awesome.
Thank you.
King Crush Thursday is produced by Val Gay for Eithan & Lloyd, LLC. Copyright 2024. Check out the video of this interview on youtube.com/ValGay. And while you're there, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also grab your King Crush Thursday limited edition merch at kingcrushthursday.com. Bye!